Ayo, this is T.O.T. Thank you for dropping in today if you have. I've seen some people react to this little special animated short that they did for Cassaris for her banner, and I have to say, I think they did a really good job on this. Now, whether or not they continue to do this for future characters, or if this is just going to be an anniversary banner kind of thing, who knows? Me personally, I hope they do it for every newly released character. So I'm going to go ahead and update this. Going to take off Bailu, going to take off Yangqing, and I'm going to take off Japard. And I think when this gets updated in the future, what I will go ahead and do at that particular point in time is I'll probably take off Sela, and I might take off Fu Xuan if I have the ability to do that. I don't have Fu Xuan, nor do I have Sela. And as far as Fu Xuan, I don't know if I would even use her if I did get her. I do prefer AoE shielding. So I guess it just really just depends on how my limited sustain situation is looking at that particular point in time. But Blade, I'm going to leave Blade on there. I would love to get Blade Eidolons. His E1 is pretty good, and then his E2 would pretty much be setting my Blade at pretty close to 100% crit rate. So I wouldn't mind more Blade copies. We're going to let this run back one more time. Yeah, you guys, you cooked. MiHoYo, you cooked. Keep doing stuff like this. Again, I hope they do this for every new character that drops. There's so much stuff that we're going to be having in this anniversary patch, which should be expected. There's quite a few paid events, which I won't be able to participate in, but for all the free-to-play stuff, I'm going to be enjoying this a whole lot. Obviously, there is the new currency that is going to be tied to the paid battle pass for players, so that way they can get some of the light cones. And then, of course, we've got the login event. I'm obviously going to be using the special mail for Mother Kafka when that time comes. I should probably take a screenshot of it whenever I get that opportunity. Some paid events and then just events thrown in the face. I'm not for sure what I'll use the 3x planner set event for as of yet. I'll have to kind of look and see what planner sets I need the most work on. I will say I absolutely love this second year anniversary artwork with the Stellaron Hunters and the Trailblazers. Just really good stuff. You can't replace family. And the Golden Spirit currency that all players are going to be able to obtain. Some players are going to hold on to this. Some of them are going to use it for Run May, whether it's just E0 or E1. Me personally, I'm probably going to be using it for Locha. And there's a reason for this, is because ever since Blade came out, I knew that he paired very well with Blade, but I never took out the time to get Locha. When he first ran, I didn't get him because I was saving for Kafka and I wanted to make sure I could get her. And then by the time he reran, I think he reran with Acheron, and Acheron was just a bigger priority for me. So now that Kafka's not in the way or Acheron's in the way, I could finally pick him up and complete the Blade team itself. And there is the man himself. Now, I don't remember if he's Void Archives variant or Auto Apocalypse, but he's one of those two from the Honkai Impact 3rd universe. I've got a build for him already, so I'll throw that on him, and he'll be shown off in a future showcase. I was able to save up 86 pulls during this very last patch. There was some map exploration and things along those lines that I ended up not doing. And so I could have got a little bit more, but I just kind of took it kind of chill. Now, my Gallagher is E4. And I do need to make sure I have enough currency for the later months, so that way I can get the 5 limited passes when they reset in the shop. So I'll do a couple of 10 pulls on here, try to build up that currency a little bit, see what ends up happening. I'm not really feeling Jiao Cho for Acheron, especially since we've got bosses like Nikador and the Flame Reaver that have targets that don't move. Okay, so I did pick up a Gallagher. Awesome. Oh, that is an early. I don't know if this will be Fugue or not. We'll see. hopefully I get a Gallagher here because I really don't want to do more pulls if I can avoid it. Fugue. You know, the thing about Fugue, even though her design is very beautiful, I think it's a very well designed character. Personality wise and story lore wise, I've been kind of indifferent about this character. It's not that she's a bad character, I've just been super indifferent about her. Well, I do play Sam, so I think she should be an improvement for the Super Break team. I have nothing prepared for this character whatsoever, so I'm gonna try to throw something on her in the next couple of hours and see what happens. I do have some relic fragments and that I can throw on her, well, put toward her set. And then I believe I still have 12 of the planner tokens, so I could hopefully try to get a Calpagini set thrown together with that amount. We'll see what ends up happening. All right, so I was able to get a Fugue build thrown together fairly quickly. I will go ahead and show you the build up on the screen here momentarily. And one thing that I will say is I was very fortunate. I did use a resin item creator with the 1 force substat of speed for the break effect rope, and it did turn out very, very good. And I was very fortunate on the orb rolling 8 speed that put me right over that 160 mark like I was aiming for. And I'd have to say most of this turned out pretty solid. Obviously the body could be a lot better, but I'm not gonna complain for a build that I just was able to forge within like a few hours. Beggars can't be choosers, right? Originally when I was running this team comp, I was using Gallagher instead of Fugue, so I'm gonna see how much Fugue is an improvement over Gallagher, at least in this particular context. One issue that I think will start becoming more and more apparent with this team comp moving forward is if there ends up being a lot of debuffs or a lot of CCs involved, then I think this team comp will be very, very difficult to use. But with this team comp being the way that it is, at least there's a lot of delay once enemies are weakness broken, which this does cut down on the damage that the team is taking by a large margin. So I think I ended up being very lucky in this run with a lot of the damage being focused on Sam, because Sam does have some self-healing, so that's pretty good. And I'll just let this run its course. While this showcase is playing, I just have an off-topic comment that I want to make real quick. I like Persona music. I think Persona has a lot of great music. In my opinion, it is some of the most overplayed music I have ever heard when it comes to Honkai Star Rail content creator videos. I am constantly hearing Persona music. And again, banger soundtrack, really good music, but I always just think to myself, you know, content creators, there's other good music out there outside of Persona music. Like there's plenty of good music to select from. So me personally, I probably won't ever use Persona music in any of the videos that I use just because I've been so burnt out listening to it through other content creators. And that's really just my thoughts on that. That's pretty much everything I have for this particular video. If you have taken out the time to watch this or listen to this, just want to say thank you for your time. You be safe out there. Deuces.
Cloud scattered. Ready? How does that feel?
Firefly type full set to the sea.
Grace and elegance.
Stay in step. Still the same one.
Fight to land.
Have we met? Dream vanished. Every petal. All will be swept away by the wind.
The mood is set. Let the show begin!
No holding back. Unite our goals. Dreams of a... Let us dance once more. Existence is unity.
Take your positions.
Until everything burns to ashes. Set to the sea. Go play.
Clouds scattered.
This is the fight to live!
There's more to life.
Stay in step. Let's improvise.
Set